There is so much to love about summer weather, summer months, but like with anything, sometimes it's easy to kind of get in a funk as far as good habits goes. We can get easily distracted with all of the extra fun things and kind of get off track in other areas of life. So today I want to share with you 10 healthy habits that I personally love to implement, especially in the summer months. Some of these could be done throughout the entire year. Some of them are summer specific. So I hope this inspires you. Question of the video. Let me know in the comments below, what is one healthy habit that you implement specifically in the summer? And let's get right into number one. Open the windows every single day. I have my window open right now. You might hear the cows outside, you might hear the birds, you might hear my children laughing and having fun. But it is so life-giving to just first thing in the morning, go open windows throughout the home, especially in the main living areas. Fun fact, we actually live in an old 1700s home and actually do not have air conditioning in a portion of the home, which is definitely something to get used to, especially in the hot and humid months of the year. But even in the parts that we have air conditioning, I love to just open up first thing in the morning. There's something about that morning air that is so invigorating, and I love to just have it blowing in on me as I'm getting ready for the day, and also helps like air out the house, if you will. Number two is to eat colorful foods. Fruits and vegetables are at their prime this time of year, and honestly, so delicious. Did you know that seasonal food is fresher, tastier, and actually more nutritious when it's in season? I think that's kind of a cool fact. But I know a lot of us have gardens this time of year, making seasonal foods easily accessible. If you live in Amish country like we do, you will also have these roadside produce stands at nearly every turn, and they're just so easily accessible and delicious and so good for you. So I make it my goal that our meals are extra colorful this time of the year. Number three is also a food related one, and it is to swap junk food for more nutritious treats. So I am not a fan of all these fad diets, restrictive diets, things like that. I have tried them and every single one of them has failed, and I feel like it's just asking you mess up. You can go strong for a certain amount of time and then you binge and gain more weight than you lost in the first place, or whatever reason you're doing the diet for. And so what I have found a lot more effective in my own life is to make treats just a healthier version of them. So one of our favorites throughout the summer months especially is homemade ice cream. This consists of raw cream, a lot of egg yolks, and then I normally sweeten with maple syrup. It's kind of the base of this, so it's really nutritious. And what's really interesting to me is the more healthy, wholesome foods you eat, the less you crave junk food. So after having homemade ice cream for quite some time, I find I am not even tempted by like Turkey Hill ice cream or ones like that. They just taste really fake, and I think that's really cool how your taste buds kind of adjust. And so while it's often difficult at first to be craving healthy foods, once you get in the habit of it, your body starts to crave more of what's actually fueling it and filling it. One little caveat though, I am not a proponent of stressing over food. I feel like that takes a lot of the benefit away when we are so stressed about, oh, but was this in there or whatever. And so when we are going out to eat, when we are at a friend's house, like we will eat what we are served and thoroughly enjoy it. Number four is maybe TMI, but I did say this was a women's healthy habit, so if you are not in that category, you should not be watching. It is to wear cotton underwear for bed. I mentioned in a video a little while ago about what I was learning as far as letting your bed breathe, not making your bed as soon as you wake up, kind of let all that moisture evaporate, and the benefits that that has on your body. This is kind of the same idea. So when you're wearing like silk underwear, all of these synthetic fibers, your underparts basically becomes a breeding ground for all kinds of things, for bacteria, things that you do not want growing down there, and you are more prone to infections, things like that. So wearing cotton underwear really helps to absorb the moisture instead of harboring it, and is just a really good habit for any time, but especially at night when you're sleeping. Number 5 is to implement screen-free evenings. You guys, I never thought I would be even sharing about this. I never wanted to turn on the whole, what's it called? Like where it gives you a report on how much time you spent on your phone, how much time you spent on specific apps, all of that. I was just like, like whatever. I wasn't real big on it. But something that has been really important to me, especially after I started doing YouTube, that kind of thing, is it is very important to me that this job, if you will, does not take me away from my family. I do not have a nanny. I have been very strict about like editing, responding to comments, like when I'm doing that, if it's when my kids are around, or if it's in pockets of time, like say when they're at the barn or things like that. Anyway, all that to say, we were talking again maybe a month or 2 ago about like being better at that and how else I could cut back on like screen time, that kind of thing. And so we decided, Josh and I, that we would implement screen-free evenings. So our phones are set and we both put in each other's passwords so we cannot change it on our own phones. That our phone basically goes dumb at 6:30 in the evening, which is when Josh and the kids usually come in from the barn. All that is available to us is texting and phone calls, which basically means we have like a flip phone in the evenings. And the difference that this has made has completely blown me away. Like honestly, to this day, I cannot believe the change that we saw. One of the things that shocked me the most was how much I slept. Like that first week of doing this, I slept like I don't remember sleeping before. It was nearly comical. Like I told Josh, like, what is wrong with me? I can hardly stay awake past this certain time. And it's sad to say, but I think my phone was honestly keeping me awake a lot longer. I slept so soundly while I was sleeping, and yeah, just I guess rested up. The other thing that really surprised me was I actually, since doing this, I thought I would crave more screen time. Like I thought I would want it back. It's actually completely gone the other way. And I am much more prone to leave my phone sitting somewhere, forget where I put it and things like that, which is just exciting. You don't want to be addicted to your phone, which I think I was kind of before. And so this has just been really freeing, life-giving, and honestly has me thinking, like, could I just completely get rid of my smartphone? And then the third thing, sorry, this one's getting a little long-winded. I've told you before, I have never been a big reader. I've always said I don't enjoy reading. And while I can't say that it's on my top 10 favorite things to do still, when we implemented the screen-free evenings thing, I also kind of made a deal with myself that I would try to read at least a little bit every evening. Ideally, it would be at least a chapter every day. Sometimes it might only be a page, but to read some. And I think while it's taken discipline, I'm slowly starting to enjoy it a little more. And I know that the knowledge within all of these books is definitely a wealth of wisdom and knowledge, and I have so much to learn from all these books that I have literally in my home and just not read. So that's something I've been working on. Another thing that it has sort of maybe is reviving an interest in reading for me. Number 6 is to do something for someone else. The way it blesses you in return when you are generous, kind, surprising someone in a special way is unmatched. And to go into each day with that mindset of how can I bless someone today? What could I do for someone else? How could I make someone else smile today? Really changes your perspective on life and turns you from being inward focused to being outward focused. I love the whole trend that you see once in a while of people paying for the person behind them in a drive-through, or it can be as simple as holding the door for someone, complimenting someone on their outfit, telling them you love their hair, tiny little things that can completely make someone's day. Number 7 is to spend time in nature. If you are anything like me, this is not hard this time of year because it is so beautiful outside. But one of my favorite things as a mom of young ones is just to put the little ones in the strollers, the other ones can be on their bikes, and just go out for a walk. I don't know what it is about getting out in the fresh air in nature that just really boosts your mood, and a lot of times cranky attitudes dissolve. Number 8 is to curate 3 or 4 outfits that are easy go-tos and that fit well into your lifestyle. So for myself as a mom, as a homemaker, I want something that is very functional. So dresses are great for the summer months. You can find a lot of really comfortable, functional, wow, that's not a word, is it? Functional dresses. But if you're more of a shorts and t-shirts person, whatever it is, something that's an actual outfit and not just yoga pants, but just a few outfits that you know are easy, grab and go, get ready in 5-minute or less outfits. Number 9 is a favorite of mine. It is to hang your clothes outside to dry. For me, this is so therapeutic. I just love hanging out my wash on the clothesline, but it also has a number of benefits. The sun helps to bleach white clothes, making them brighter white, not yellow like bleach is known to do. It saves on your electric bill because you're not using the dryer. It's a lot better on a lot of different fabrics and will keep them looking new longer. And then my favorite is freshly laundered sheets that have hung out to dry, and just that crisp, fresh feel is literally one of my favorite things ever. 10 kind of goes along with being out in nature, but it is to eat your meals outside. So fun fact, shortly after we moved into this home, the kitchen was still very much under renovation. And so we didn't actually have an inside table to eat at. So we would eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner outside. And it was truly a wonderful way to start the day out there and to kind of have that forced time outside. And so while we don't eat breakfast outside a lot of the time now, we still love to eat lunch and dinner outside nearly every single day. And it is just so relaxing. It kind of makes you stop and smell the roses when you're just admiring God's beautiful creation outside while you're eating. You're nourishing yourself, you're nourishing your little kids' bodies. We love to sometimes pack a little picnic, but also it doesn't have to be that. A lot of the time I'm just dishing out plates and we're literally carrying our plate and our water bottle outside and just sitting outside to eat. But that has been a really fun tradition for our family. And then I did throw in a little bonus one. So number 11, I know that summer can be so full of so many things, activities, events that are wonderful and that we should keep on doing. But I guess I just want to give us a reminder to not just be in such a rush the entire summer that we can't even enjoy it. To take time to soak in the moments and just to savor the moments and make the memories. We will never regret it. So our kids will probably not remember if our windows were spotless or if our gardens and yards were perfectly manicured, but they will remember the moments that we take to just spend time with them and make unhurried memories as a family. So I hope today's list inspired you. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye, friends.
Golden, golden thing.